Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So unfortunately I didn't realize that my mic died pretty early in my recording today, and that's unfortunate. So it's gonna kind of be bits and pieces of where you see me like now, because I have a different lip color on than I do from the original video, and it's just gonna kind of be a little piece together, so I'm sorry. However, today we are doing my June Boxycharm unboxing. Now if you don't know what June is, get it together. If you don't know what Boxycharm is, it is a monthly subscription that you can get where you pay $21 a month for a box of makeup. So I personally really love Boxycharm because you usually always get full-size product. They are always well over $100, so you are getting a lot for your bang. Is that like the cool term? Is that how you actually say it? Because I don't know. You get a lot of bang for your buck. Just not hip. So I think it's just a really great deal. I personally think it's the best makeup subscription that you can get that's out there. So if you're interested in signing up and you're not already, I will leave a link down below for you to do so. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the items that I did get in this month's box. If you have not watched my Boxycharm unboxing videos, then I use the products on camera to also deliver you a first impression kind of review and let you know the what. So without further ado, let's get into it. This is from This is from Sol de Janeiro. I don't know how to speak Spanish apparently anymore. But what this is their Brazilian Bum Bum Cream, and this is actually a travel size right here. Oh. It smells delicious. It reminds me of like buttercream. So this month's theme is Caribbean, but this retails for $10 right here. So I'm just going to put this onto my arm. It says that it's inspired by the Brazilians' favorite feature, the bum bum. Oh my gosh, it smells even better now. So it's creamy and rich, and has some native Amazonian plant, which has caffeine in it. That's interesting. So it's supposed to give you like a Brazilian glow, and the formula helps your body look and feel its smoothest and tightest. So it's called Pistachio Caramel. Oh, I can see that. I definitely can. So there's kind of like the differences in my arm. Yeah, it definitely gives you like a Brazilian glow. Like this is the arm that I had it on, and this arm didn't have any of it on. I think there's definitely a difference. I wish this was full size just because I'm greedy, but I do like that it is travel size and nice and small, so you could just pop it into your purse or easily travel with it if you would like to do that. So the next thing that I got with my Boxycharm are these Battington lashes. Now I chose not to use these because I'm just not good at lashes, and I didn't feel like trying to be good at them today. And quite frankly, these are pretty dramatic for me because I don't use lashes a lot. So I figured I would just hold on to them for a giveaway that I will probably end up doing at some point, as I like to do. So the Battington lashes are silk lashes. They're their Monroe silk lashes. They are made of mink, and you can get 25 wears out of them if you take care of them properly, and they do retail for $28. Quite frankly, like, I think this packaging is just adorable. It's a really nice sturdy way to hold on to them as well. The next thing that I used was this eyeshadow palette. So this is from Alamar Cosmetics, and it is the Reina del Caribe palette. And so this is a brand created by somebody who works for Boxycharm. Her name is Gabby, and she is a great makeup artist, and so she created her own makeup line, and this is one of the first products out of it. She also created eyeshadow brushes too. This has 8 shades in it, 4 matte, 4 shimmer, and got a little bit on my fingers. And they are actually really pretty, and I'm gonna go into depth about them a little bit more as I walk you through what I did on my eyes. So I did prime my eyes with the Dr. Brandt Luminizer Primer. Priming my eyes isn't really like something that I care about, so normally I just take my concealer onto it, but since I'm using the eyeshadows first before I put foundation and concealer on, because I don't know what type of fallout this is gonna have, I thought that was probably the best idea. So I'm not centered. First I went in on the lid that you're seeing now with the shade Cafecito, and I took that all over the lid because my goal was to have like a dark smoky eye. So I packed that onto the lid with my e.l.f. like C brush, which I don't know if it's real or synthetic brush hairs. I think they might be real. And then I took a clean blending brush to just blend that up, but you want to be careful because you don't want to blend it up too high since we hadn't put a transition shade in yet, and if you blew it up too high then it's going to be hard to tame it back down. So to add the transition shade, I put in Cocoa Taxi, and this is the only other color that I used on my eyes, other than my liner color. But it acted as my transition shade and to diffuse that dark shade as well. After that, on the other eye, I decided it was probably best to try with a transition shade first, so I put Cocoa Taxi down first. And then I put Cafecito on the lid and went back and forth and just really continuously blended with this, added the color, blended it out to try and get the best diffused look that I could get. What I did find is I was having a heck of a time getting the shadow on the center of my lid. Like you'll see me keep reapplying. So it was very difficult. I kept reapplying it and reapplying it and then tried my finger. I tried a synthetic brush and I, for some reason, cannot get this shadow to like latch onto the center of my eye, and quite frankly, as I blended it out on the first eye, it was a little patchy, nothing that I couldn't work with, but I did have to like continuously add the color and then blend the color and just kind of go back and forth to try and get it to work. And quite frankly, with that alone, and now it's been a couple of hours, the pigmentation is coming off of my lid a little bit. I don't know if it's because of the primer that I used, which was the Dr. Brandt Primerizer, and or luminizer primer, and quite frankly, I haven't had an issue with this primer before, so I don't know why. Maybe they just don't mix well with each other. But then I put on some black liner, which was off camera because I need to be close to the mirror for that, and I put Celia on top of that, and it is one of the most gorgeous shades I've ever seen. It just has such a nice blue and green reflex to it. It's like the sea. Like, literally reminds me, I know this isn't anywhere near where this was based off of, but it just reminds me of the Bahamas when I look at it. I don't know why, but it's there. For my lower lash line, I took Cafecito really close to my lower lash line all the way across. And then Cocoa Taxi with a small little blending detail brush to blend that out as well. And then for my brow bone and my inner corner, I went in with La Costa, which, oh my gosh, this is the most gorgeous shade I've ever seen in my entire life. So with that, I also swatched this out for you. Now, mind you, swatches are not the best way to figure out how an eyeshadow is going to perform, because the way that it swatches on your arm is not going to tell you how it goes onto your lid. Just putting that out there. With that, let's go through the swatches. So first was La Costa, and then El Malecon, Veradero, Celia, Cocoa Taxi, Tropico, Guantamaria, and Cafecito. So you can tell that these shimmer shades are stunning. Like, they are so freaking gorgeous. I absolutely love them. And what's really cool is next to the shade names in here, there's either a little like raindrop or a sun, and I think that's to signify like these four down here are the matte ones and you're supposed to use those dry, and then these four up here are the shimmer ones and you should probably use those wet. And you always get like the best pigmentation from a shimmer shadow when it's wet or with your finger. They just perform better than when they would with just a dry brush. But I'm assuming with that, but that kind of makes sense. So Alamar Cosmetics is a Cuban-inspired makeup line. So Gabby is Cuban. She's from Cuba. Her heritage is Cuban. And this is a really great like ode to her heritage, her family. This is also cruelty-free, which is really nice, and quite frankly, it's a great price. It's only $28 for 8 shades. I mean, that is killer. That's really great. So quite frankly, I would use this palette again. I like it overall, even though it is kind of patchy, but I would rather try and figure out if it was the primer, if it was me, if maybe my eyes just weren't, you know, wanting to hold pigment today. Who really knows? But I definitely want to create more looks with this and kind of like experiment with color. I'm pretty proud of myself with the wings today, but experiment a little bit more. So next out of this box was a eyeliner pencil from Jonteblu, and it is in their dark brown color. Where did it go? Here it is. Now, I didn't use this because it wouldn't have matched the eyeliner that I have on now. However, swatched on my hand, it is very dark brown. True and true. This honestly could maybe even be used as an eyebrow pencil, but it is a wooden pencil. Now, it's very creamy when it goes onto my hand, but I've seen other unboxings say that it kind of is a little rough putting it on the eyes, but I don't know, it just feels creamy on my hand. And this also retails for $5. Next up are these 3 brushes from Luxie. Now, I personally really love Luxie brushes. Some of them I use every single day that I do my makeup, and they are my tried and true and just great. These ones, I don't know. So this set retails for $42, and this is their tapered highlighter brush, which they say is good for putting powders onto the skin. This is the 660 Precision Foundation brush, which they say is good for foundation. Not my personal brush I would use for foundation. And then the 516, Duo Fiber Powder, which they say is good for cream and powder products. So I used these 2 right here. Quite frankly, I would use this one to probably set underneath my eye. It would probably be really good for that as well. It unfortunately got a little bit squished just by being in the bag for so long. So I tried to use the 660 brush as my highlighter, cheekbone highlighter brush, and I used my Colourpop cream Super Shock, I guess, highlighter in the shade Wisp, which is really gorgeous. And when I used it with this brush, it just wasn't really picking it up too well, and it could work better with a powder highlighter, but this one was just no-go, so I ended up putting it on with my fingers and it worked better like that. And then for, I'm talking out of order right now, but for blush, I used this one right here, which says was good for cream, so I thought that the Colourpop Super Shock blush between the sheets would be good because it's pretty much like a cream-esque product. Maybe like a true cream would be best for this, but it just was not really like stippling on the blush the way that I wanted it to, so I really had to like dig into it and then put it on, and it took off a lot of my foundation, which I did not like. I was kind of iffy about that brush anyway, so it's really not my absolute favorite. So then the last thing in this month's box is from Ofra Cosmetics, and it is a liquid lipstick in the shade Veranoa. Now this is not the color that I have on my lips, and you're gonna see me apply it here in a little bit, but it is a really nice neutral brown shade that I think is really pretty, and when it's wet it looks a little bit more mauve-y, but when it's on my skin tone, definitely a true brown. So this retails for $21 a month. I personally really love Ofra Cosmetics liquid lipsticks. The formula is great, and I think that it just goes on beautifully. I just didn't like the way that it looked with this eye makeup, so I ended up taking it off. Now, hindsight, really think I like how this looks with it either. So that is everything that I got in this month's box, and this box retails for $136. If I'm remembering correctly. I'll put it on the screen if I'm incorrect. And that is one heck of a deal because I only paid $21 for it. And technically, since I get like 6 months in a row and not just pay monthly, I'm pretty sure I even only paid like $20 for it, roughly. So I mean, that's even crazier. You're getting $115 extra worth of than what you have paid. I think that's fabulous. I totally love this stuff. And quite frankly, I liked just about everything out of this box just because I'm not really keeping the lashes. Doesn't mean I don't think they're pretty, they're just not for me, and I don't do lashes. The brushes, I normally really love Luxie brushes. I need to test them out in other ways. I don't really know about those. They might be somebody else's cup of tea, but I don't really think that they're my cup of tea. Other than that, the Bum Bum Cream, delicious. I absolutely love it. I keep smelling it like it's been a couple of hours since I put it on my skin, and it is just so delicious. The eyeshadow palette, the liquid lipstick, the eyeliner pencil is fine. Is that everything that I got? Everything was pretty good, so I am pretty happy with this month's box. If you like these types of videos, then please make sure that you don't forget to give it a big old thumbs up so that I know, and please subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that little notification bell so you are notified every single time that I post. You can hit always, you can hit occasionally, you can hit never. I suggest always. But if you don't have notifications on, then you will not know that I have posted, because it's probably not going to show up on like your home page of YouTube, because YouTube's algorithm is really, really weird. So the only way that they would like notify you is if you are engaged in my videos and you show them that this is the type of video that you want to see. Otherwise, they're going to show you other stuff. It's kind of weird, kind of annoying. I can't fix it. So that is how you could at least help out get my videos out there, is if you engage with them, you like them, or dislike them, that's fine. Comment on them, let me know if you like them, all of that fun stuff. I do have a blog page that I actually just started, so if you would like to check that out, that will be linked down below as well. As of right now, at least when I'm filming, I only have one post on there, but I am definitely excited. It's been something that I've wanted to do for quite some time. So check that out if that's something you're interested in. Check me out on my social media, because that is where we can chat, you know, daily. And that is everything that I have for you. I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys! Keep reapplying. Sorry. Sorry, little girl. I'm sorry.